Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Look who I picked up today. I just didn't pick up one magnificent person, but I picked up two magnificent people that I have learned to um, honor, treasure, and love in my life. And actually, guys, the little bubble thing is we're going to change the background because that's a little bit. Dun, 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 dun. Let's do. Let's see about that. Oh, that's not bad. We'll do it that way.
I like that.
Okay. That way we're not like in the thing. So let's see who's here. Guys, come on in, say hello. We're gonna tell you what we're talking about. I'm gonna obviously introduce my two amazing, beautiful, specially gifted people, artistically gifted. I'm lucky if I could draw a stick figure. So I will go to our comments, look at all the wonderful people. Julie, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Janelle, we were just talking about you.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sure.
Lee Michael, also an amazing psychic and intuitive. Thank you
Wow.
very much. Psychic medium and intuitive. Thank you very much. Priscilla, good evening. Sarah, all the way from the UK. Thank you so much for staying up so late. Aloha. Sharon Wisdom, aloha. Doris, another gifted artisan, I should say. Mikey from Chicago, good to see you. Nikki Schletz, another amazing artisan in her own right. And also, um, hello from St. John. So good to see you on here, Nikki. Please tell Scott I said hello. And let's plan on March having you on so we can talk about your amazing business. Hello, Terry. Good to see you. Connie, hello. Crystal, good to see you. Hello from Indiana. So nice to have you guys on here. Amy, hello. I love the new picture, Amy. Very, very cool. So, what's our purpose for tonight? Well, our purpose for tonight is talking about intuition and creativity. And, we have to say that spirit, God, universe, spirit, can be our own muse if we allow. And when we're tapped in, that allows us to get even more creative. I mean, it's one of the ways that I have created the bath salts. Oops, there we go. That's all done intuitively. It's not like, I have no idea how the scents are going to smell. Barker Truth, large Barker Truth. I have no idea how the salts are going to smell. It's just done that way. And then, I came up with Willow and Harry. I came up with their help. I came up with lunar, because there was so much going on with the full moon that day, and it was a full moon. It was a full moon, and that's why I was like full moon, new oh my god, eclipse, and oh my god, sunrise and sunset, and magical Merlin. We needed something like here it is. So we did all that. And hello, Facebook user. Yes, you did make it. Now let's know who you are.
Hi.
Hello, Beth, and hello, Gina. Good to see you. Facebook user, another one. Hello. Good to see you. All right. And thank you, Priscilla, for listing all that. Now, creativity happens through intuition, you guys. You have to know that's so true. Now, Janelle says, I feel like art of any kind is a form of channeling. Exactly. Exactly. So, without further ado, and I gave my little 5-minute stall. So I want to know from all you guys. While I introduce my guests, we're going to go this way for a moment.
Okay.
We show our artisanry. We'll go like that. Oh no, not like that. We'll go like this. Okay, but for right now, we'll go like this. So I am so excited. We'll go in alphabetical order. So Rachel, through Celebrate Your Life, Sunny Dawn Johnston, through just all these other interconnections, we met on here, and Priscilla was so sweet to gift me with one of Rachel's beautiful Tree of Life pendants and a sodalite, and it was really, I need a keychain, Sarah. Is so amazing to give me this, and I wanted to learn about your artistry, how it happened. We got talking, and I'm like, you're coming on a live. I don't even think I gave you a choice, did I?
No, Lee Michael was on, and
Yes.
and he was a surprise guest, and I was in the comments, and you were like, Rachel Elizabeth, who are you? What do you do? What? We need to connect. Call me. And I was like, okay.
Wow.
And thank you, Priscilla. And here is Rachel Elizabeth Design and her Facebook. Thank you so much. So moving that creative energy. Yep, you know it. Hey, Danielle. Good to see you. So tell us a little bit. Well, so Rachel makes these wonderful pennants and from the Tree of Life, and we'll get into that piece. And then Sarah and I met kind of the same way on here, and I'm like, girl, tell me about you. And you were telling me about I'm going to screw it up again, the Petoskey Stone.
Petoskey.
Petoskey.
Almost.
Almost.
A for effort.
And how you tumble the stone, and then also the stuff that you use from the
Paint.
from the paint.
The paint. Yeah,
Repurposing. And I was like, this is so talented. What else do you do? And she showed me stuff, and she did her first arts and crafts show, and rocked it out of the park.
Yes, I had a good coach.
Yes, you did. So, who kicked and pushed your ass. And then SNE Creations. So you guys have been doing this just from the passion of wanting to do artistry. Is that correct for both of you?
Yeah, absolutely.
And Sarah, let me ask, so people can see the two pieces, so they can see the Petoskey and other. So I did say that good.
Yes, your Petoskey Stone. It's got a lot of spots in it. That's a necklace.
Yeah, very nice.
And then there's also, this is what it looks like. It's fossilized coral. That may be easier to see. So it kind of looks like the spots are resemble kind of like a turtle shell. Each piece is different. Tells a history, and this backside has just pieces of fossils in it. So for me, it's a calming energy, and I feel very connected because, we hunt them. We go out in Lake Michigan, and, the kids and the family and just, are drawn to it. So it's such a joy to be able to, follow that passion and do what brings you joy. So
that's so
he
cool.
says, hi, friends, my Michigan Stone. Yes.
Yay! Yes.
Another very talented creator. We've got Tara on, and who is so talented in her. We've had her on our live as well. So many wonderful friends. We're talking tonight, you guys, about creativity and intuition. So what gave you this piece, Sarah, of just like, this is what I want to do?
Well, I did some intuitive coaching and really started learning how to ask the questions from the universe, find my joy, trust the process, and just trust that abundance is coming. And just kind of what Rachel was saying, and I think even Janelle is, when you're really in tune to that and you're creating that, it just, things will fall in your lap. And I feel like that's what's, been happening for me. And I just am really happy and excited. And it's just wonderful.
Well, what I love about both of you is that your work, there's passion in your work. It's
oh
God, I got to make another spray bottle. And because, guys, all of you, if you look at both Rachel and Sarah, they both have created stuff, and Sarah's gone on live and actually has tumbled a stone on live. I'm like, your hands get wet? And
Oh, I have like nubs and yeah.
yeah. And I was like, it's so awesome. Tara says, I absolutely love this, Sarah.
Oh, yay. Hi. Thanks, Sarah.
So it's really, really, really important to take your passion, trust the messages that you're getting, and going forward with that. Now, Rachel, you've had your intuition was tapped, correct me if I'm wrong, when your grandmother passed. Is that correct?
Yeah. I mean, I was always intuitive, but I didn't, like most people, like, oh wait, what? No, that's great. That doesn't make sense. And then I went when I was actually creating this space to create. I have a brand new art sanctuary, and I found all these books from my 20s. So I've always been this way. Like I had Marion Wilson, Deepak Chopra, all these books came out, and I had just fallen off my spiritual practice, and I had fallen away from being in line with everybody and like just like really tapping in, and I just exploded during the pandemic. My grandmother passed away 2021 in January, and she was predeceased by my mother. And we would talk. She was really into it. We would watch Montel Williams with Sylvia Brown all the time, and like all of it. We were really into it. And I said, Grandma, what are you going to send me? You're going to send me a sign? And she goes, well, I'm going to give you trees. And I was like, okay. Didn't even remember it until the day she passed away. I had started making the Tree of Life pendants. And I didn't even remember the conversation till that morning. And that's when I was like, that's how it goes. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So she did. She gave me trees.
Oh, I love that.
And when you're creating, both of you, are you kind of wrapped up like you're because when I do the bath salts and I do the sprays, time just, I mean, I have no recollection of any time. I'm just like, wait, I've spent 4.5 hours doing just bath salts. I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh yes.
And guys, it's not like, people think, oh, well, you're just putting the oils, you're putting the salts, you're putting all this stuff in. It's not. It's like I do each one individually, like you guys do. It's each one is individual. It's not like, oh, let's just grab a whole handful and just blah blah blah.
Right.
Elias, I have a confession. I don't even want to use my bath salts because they smell so good. Literally, I sniff them all. I'm like, oh my goodness, these are the best smelling bath salts I have ever had. And my kids are all about them too. So if you don't have his bath salts, oh my goodness. Yes.
Thanks, honey. Thanks.
Sorry.
Again, Sarah, tumble. Hey, guess what? We'll tumble for ya. We'll tumble for ya. We'll tumble.
I bought a tumbler. I haven't even used it.
Oh yeah?
I have one in the closet. Yeah. And then I just
I've got the big it's a grinder, a lapidary grinder. So it's got like 6 wheels and and then a saw attachment. So I'll saw and cut and slab and then make the cabs that way. So
you've got the high grade.
I got this. Yeah. I always wanted it. It was my dream. It was my dream. So
John, we're not doing any readings right now. So if that's the question, great. But if you want to know more about artistry and creativity through art and getting intuitive stuff through art, please let us know. Maybe I'm reading your statement incorrectly. Tara says, I love that story. Stacy Renee, hello. Time is an illusion in the Zen zone. So true. I will let you know. Good evening, Denise. Good to see you. How cool, Sarah. Oh, hi, Robin. Another one of our wonderful moderators. Do you have a routine process of meditating before you start a piece? Great question. Ladies, go ahead. I'm going to switch us to the bigger one. There we go.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I like to get in a good mental headspace. I ask for guidance. Actually, really, really mostly in like I can very much feel my guides when I'm creating. That's when I feel them the most, and I get ideas and things that pop into my head, and so I just kind of roll with it. But yes, I do a little cleansing, focus, ask for guides, and just try to be aware and listen. And then I photograph everything up in my office, and I have, my singing bowls in here. So I like to I do feel like with intuitives, and Rachel, you've probably felt this, and Elias, we pour all of our positive love and energy into our pieces, and I do believe that other people like us can pick up on that. At least that's what I'm learning and have been told. And I just think that's really amazing.
It definitely has a lot of energy that goes into it. And when you said office, something hit for me, because I literally in 6 days created an office in my house. I've been doing everything for a year from my dining room table. And I was like, okay, I have this back bedroom. I'm going to just create an I call it my art sanctuary. It has already been a game changer for me in my creative flow, because I can shut a door. I can really tune in. I can tap in. I can put on whatever. I had Miles Davis on the other day. I just was like, and sometimes I listen to meditation station or chanting music. It varies. And I feel like already, like the pieces that I just made this one, I got to take my time. Time was an illusion. And it was less like, oh, I gotta hurry up, just dinner. It was more like, so yeah, It's important. Your environment is important.
I agree.
Terry says, Sarah, if you could take a trip to the Two Hearted River, beautiful stones to be found as well.
Thank you. Oh, that's amazing. I love it.
Where is the Two Hearted River?
To look that up.
Okay. Because Terry, you're in Michigan, right? So I think she's in Michigan, talking about Michigan.
Okay, I can look it up and see.
Sarah says, have a beautiful night, you all. Just shared you all to me. Nice. Thank you. Facebook user says they are beautiful. Facebook user says Tiffany lamp is like mine. Love that color, Rachel. Yeah, it's a
Amazonite. Yeah, Amazonite. This is actually found in the rivers of Amazon. That's why it's called Amazonite, and it's very calming, very, very good to tune in with the water energy. So if you're Pisces, the amount of crystals that Mother Gaia has gifted us the abundance is insane. There's so many different kinds. They all have different, as you know. And the fact that Sarah, you find them in the river is like, now you got me thinking, because there's some rivers in Connecticut. So I'm like,
oh yeah, and that
find myself.
Right. Oops. Robin says that's how I get when I cook for the family. It's my personal creative time.
Ooh, yum.
I have to say, those of us that have very strong ethnic backgrounds that are based in the kitchen, the food is where you put in
the love,
heart and soul. And I think with all of you, both of you and myself as well, when we're doing stuff, creating something that comes from the heart is different than when it's on the assembly line. And tapping into what Janelle says, what is the best way to help potential customers understand that divinely inspired products are not an assemble line item? Divine timing, divine orchestration. Yes. So when I say to people that the sprays and the salts are custom made, it will take, I think the last time when I did 12, I did 1, 2, 3, I did 4 sets of bath salts, and that was close to 3.5 hours to do that. So it's not like they're all in one jar. Epsom salt and the Himalayan sea salt, I will mix that up prior. So I do have a big jug of those. But then after that, it's a process. It's counting how many drops are for each jar, and then making up the jar. And then, even as much as putting the little hearts. The heart is, this is because you got the smaller jar, didn't you, Sarah?
Mhm.
Okay. In the big jar, because I couldn't fit it in the small jar. In the big jar, these are seeds of intention. So you're soaking in your intention, and then you're planting it. So what you do is you soak this. God, this smells so good.
I know.
You soak this up for 24 hours. You crumble it the next day and plant your intention in the soil. So you're soaking in your intention and then planting it. And it took me like a couple days to find the right jar, which I can't find now.
Oh no, they're so pretty.
Exciting. I can't find the 8-ounce jar. I found the 2-ounce, but I don't have a 2-ounce. I have a 4-ounce and an 8-ounce. Even little scoopies.
So
where,
cute.
I love the
get
scoopies.
like the this and then the instructions for the seeds. It's all a process. Everything is a process, from how the label looks, how the design is for you guys. It is a creative piece that when you ask Spirit, God, universe to help you in this way, you are able to create something that is not only pretty to look at, good to use, but has an energetic quality to it.
Correct.
And that's what I find with when I've heard you talk about your work, Sarah, and when I know about your work, Rachel, it is all this stuff. Thank you so much, Priscilla. And thank you about the energy sprays. Let me go back. Terry says, yes, I'm in Southwest Michigan, 20 minutes from Lake Michigan. Two-Hearted River is in the UP.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Sarah's in Ohio, right?
Yeah, Toledo, right on the border. So we go up to, we find Leland Blues, and these are the other stones. These are in Leelanau.
Those are pretty.
There's all different shades of blue. I have a green one on, greens, blues, and they're only found in Leland, Michigan, and it's byproducts of the smelting industry. And so it's big hunks of glass slag, and Lake Michigan tumbles it and turns it into something beautiful that, I can get real creative with. So I'm sure Terry's heard of it, but yes, up in the UP, they have got even copper up there, Elias. They've got native copper and a lot of stuff. Oh, neat.
How long is it the process for tumbling, Sarah?
Tumbling, I'm not much of a tumbler. I do tumble. It depends on how soft the stone is. So something like a Petoskey is considered very soft. It's fossilized coral. So you would use very light grit and maybe do a couple of days. Something like an agate that's going to be very hard, you're going to have in there for a couple of weeks and have a couple different stages. So it depends a lot on the hardness of the stone.
So can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So the fossilized coral, so that means you are bringing ancient lands into your work, which is fascinating to me because we're very similar. I'm starting a tree series, like where I also pull cards with the pendants.
Oh,
I have some petrified wood cabochons.
Oh yeah.
So I'm coming soon. I'm gonna do a where I pull a card for the tree and what tree, and I sit with the cab and I connect it in that way.
Oh wow!
Right,
that's amazing.
I
wanted to get the two of you together.
You.
You knew, Elias. You knew. That's awesome. But yeah, you can totally feel that with the Petoskey. I definitely feel they're very calming. Each one is different. They're just really unique, and it just makes me feel very connected. Lake Michigan is just, if you've never been, it's beautiful, 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 beautiful. And I can just feel that energy, in those stones.
Denise says, love finding rocks and rivers and unwalks.
Oh, yeah.
And see what
they have unakite all over too. You can find unakite, rose quartz, clear quartz. I've got all those done too. So, and that's just so neat finding them with your, with your hands.
So, again, we're going back to creativity and intuition. And so do you guys clear the energy of your space? Do you go ahead and set an intention and then start creating?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. I have sage all over here. I actually brought up my Palo Santo
I-
book today.
Yep.
And I'm always, for me, it's about putting the electronics in the other room because we are living this society where we're always like this, and it has to be. It's just been such a blessing for me to be able to focus. I don't know about you guys. I'm like, I'm not creative. Woo, go over. So it takes me a minute to like
Girl.
get into it and get into the trance to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Priscilla says, I'm going to look at your Etsy, Sarah.
Aw, thanks, Priscilla.
I can't wait to try your spray. Yes.
But yeah, I actually do use Eliza's spray, and it's right here. And that's a part of he made me a custom one, but this is really great for, clearing everything. And then, the same as Rachel, Palo Santo, I have sage. I love Himalayan salt lamps. I've got those in my work area and just created just a Zen space. And I feel like that definitely translates to the pieces.
Absolutely.
And the creativity flow for sure.
Robin says, Rachel would love to see a tree of life on a piece of wood
Wow.
hang on the wall. Just a thought.
I like that thought. I like that thought a lot. Yeah. Yeah.
That's really good. And a cool thing, here's another cool thing. Wouldn't it be interesting to have that tree of life on a piece of wood and, like the wire piece on the wood, and then take some stone and place it like leaves on the
tree. Very cool. Yes, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Irma. I know you guys are asking a lot of questions, which is great. Does anybody have any specific questions for Rachel or for Sarah about their creations? Again, Rachel Elizabeth by design, creativity
with Rachel Elizabeth Design. My website is in the works. Got a lot of irons, a lot of fires, and things are happening.
Yes. And then you are SNE_creations, which is awesome. Janelle says, I would love a chakra healing stick for my healing work. Hint, hint, Rachel.
See that I like the stick and then the top of the cabochon with the tree on top.
Yeah, we do need to come up with something like that. I got an idea. I did a chakra sun catcher, a stained glass sun catcher the other day because I started in stained glass, and that's another creative, fun thing. And
love it.
I was like, ooh, how can I add stones to this too?
Yeah.
There's so many.
I know.
It comes in
Robin says leaves are like river rock to bring in the water aspect.
I like that.
Think about it. Or to have a Petoskey stone wrapped up in a tree of life.
There you go.
Yeah, I think this might be.
I gotcha. We're getting a care package.
Amazing.
Is what this all is about. And thank you, Priscilla. Etsy shop, Etsy.com shop SNE creations. So there you have it. Now, when you guys, and thank you. Here is Creativity with Rachel Elizabeth Design. Awesome. Thank you. What is your favorite thing about creating? What is your favorite thing when you are I know, Sarah, you've done the arts and crafts show. What is it when someone looks at your piece and you identify with the feeling or the energy behind the piece?
It's just pure joy. It really is. Elias, you really encouraged me to get out there and to do the art shows. And, working with you, I developed the confidence, and it's meeting people. It's connecting with other people. I've met some soul family, and just bringing joy to people, sparking that joy. And when they feel that and they like it and they're happy with, my pieces and get excited, that's why I do it. Just to,
You met a new friend that's like 100 some years old at your.
Yes, her name is Dorothy, and we are celebrating her 101.5 because I said, you know what? We're celebrating the half birthday. So she would be 101.5 on Monday.
Wow.
Yes, and she is a guru and a healer, and holy cow. And learning about, the power of the crystals and the rocks and everything, and really digging into that, and, broadening a little bit with that, working with some amethyst and some different things. It's just, endless possibilities.
Now, Rachel, have you done any shows yourself? Have you done
So funny you ask.
Okay.
I have my first expo in New Jersey in
Good for you.
The first weekend of March. A
Yay.
friend of mine is opening a metaphysical store here in Connecticut, in Putnam, Connecticut, called the 12th Dimension.
Mhm.
She reached out to me and she's like, "Let's go, girl. I'm getting a booth. You're coming with me." I said,
Oh, that's great.
"There it is." So
Yay.
we're excited. And Elias, she's going to need some authors on the shelves in her books, just saying. So we'll have to look it up there.
I am looking for a piece that I can't, usually I could find it 1, 2, 3, and I can't seem to know. Nope, it's not there. Okay. Well, sorry. So Robin says, "We're in New Jersey."
Oh gosh. I'm not sure. I will find out, Robin, and I'll let you know. I'm lucky. She's like, "I'm driving. I'm getting a hotel. You're gonna help me cash people out, and you can sell your jewelry too." And I'm like,
score.
Let's go.
Marie says, "I always ask Spirit to guide to show me in my dreams what I need to make in my pouches, jewelry or paintings, and which stone or crystal to add. Then I always give my gratitude to Spirit and God afterwards. I like peace and quiet as I feel creativity flows better, as if Spirit is guiding me. I love hearing how you're inspired with creativity. Beautiful, Julie. Thanks, Doris." And Doris, I was looking for your pouch because I thought I had it right here, and I don't. It must be in the upstairs area, and it's beautiful. The pouch, I think I showed it once online, a couple times actually online. It's to hold the oracle cards or the tarot cards in. I have a lapis on there, and then she also
I've seen
inside
it.
my
Sounds
name.
beautiful.
It really is. Your stuff is just
I remember that.
Priscilla says, "Do either of you have a favorite piece or pendant you've made?" Okay, let's get a close up just to make sure. Okay. Have a favorite piece or pendant that you've made?
Yeah, this is a green Leland blue. This was one of my very first cabochons when I was first learning how. So I found the rock, cut it, and polished it, and drilled a whole long ways through it by hand. And it took a little while, and it's kind of a rarer color. And yeah, that one's one of my favorite. And this Petoskey down here, and my earrings. Oh. Well, yeah. See, all the ones I wear are my favorites.
Right?
I'm like, I made this one, but it used to fit my other hand, and then I made this one. So
this is definitely mine.
Let me see.
This is my chairite bracelet that I made, and chairite's from the Chauncey River in Russia, so it's very rare. It's very purple.
That's beautiful.
So that is one of my bracelets. I've made about I don't even think I've made less than. I do the bracelets more custom.
Yeah, that's a lot of wire.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is my favorite piece I've made, and it's very connected to spiritual. The purple, it really connects me to my guides. Purple reads to Michael. I mean, there's just so much energy in this piece with the chairite, and I love to wear. This is my favorite. And then I was supposed to sell this one, but then I was like, oh, I'm keeping it. But this is my labradorite, and it kind of looks like there's some I'm just like, well, I haven't had my own new thing lately, so. Yeah.
I love that you guys have your special piece. Hang on. Excellent. Good question, Janelle. But I wanted to say, Sarah, I like that bluish green color for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I think that would be a really cool color
Mhm.
if you could find a solid tablecloth that color and
Okay.
use that to put all your stuff on when you do your shows.
Okay.
Very nice.
Blue and green, trust me on this one, blue and green.
Okay.
Janelle says, for all of you, if you could only choose one scent, thank you, stone crystal to work with, which would it be and why? Great question, Janelle. Okay, Rach, go ahead.
Wait. Okay. Go figure you asked me first. I'm like, wait, what? If for all of you, if you could choose one scent, like stone, crystal, or one, Janelle, I couldn't just choose one, but I'd have to think about that. No, I don't know. I don't want to have to just choose one. I do love labradorite, but I'm gonna have to pass. I can't just choose one. You know that. He knows me better than that.
How about for you, Sarah?
Oh man, I can't get down to one. I mean, I got. I'm an amethyst girl.
I was gonna say
I'm an and I started working with and polishing banded amethyst. My pieces sold out right away. Amethyst is just that master stone.
Okay, awesome.
But
It
Petoskey
changed my mind too, amethyst. I was like, I was gonna say.
And that's a great question, Janelle. I have to tell you that most all of my sprays and every one of the bath salts, they all have frankincense in it. Every single one has the frankincense oil in it. The sprays, the energy balancing sprays, I would say there are only out of the 12, because now we have 12 thanks to Rachel with her harmony balancing spray. There is probably only 3 that don't have frankincense in it, but everyone has frankincense. So I have many favorites. Dragon's blood is also one of my favorite oils to use. And in the smudge it spray, it's dragon's blood, frankincense, and Palo Santo oil. So
I need one of the. I need a smudge it spray.
That's the kick-ass thing. So I wanted to do something as well. Janelle says, I love that pouch. Thank you. Priscilla says, beautiful. Sharon says, absolutely beautiful. Rach, you like the bracelet?
Yeah. Wonder Woman. It's like a shield. When I have my malachite one on too, sometimes I like.
Ooh.
Oh, a malachite one. Nice.
I have a malachite one. This is the first one I ever made. First bracelet I made.
That looks great.
Yeah, yep. So it's like,
wow. Wire wrapping is so much harder than it looks. I mean, that is just very much a skill. It's beautiful.
Do you do any leather work, Sarah? Do you put any of the Petoskey stones in leather?
I do bracelets.
Okay.
My friend gave me that idea, and then I do.
So, guys, can you give us a range of prices for your jewelries? Go ahead, ladies.
Mine are like 20 to maybe 65 for some, really hard to get a hold of material, the paint stuff, which is super cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. I love that.
So that is Cadillac Ranch. It's off of Route 66 in Texas, and it's layers of paint that were repurposed. And, I get a hold of it and make cool little pendants out of it. So that is mine. What about you?
Oh, well, I did a special on the Solidite trees for my 1-year anniversary, and these were 77. And the bracelets are two plus. Like this one would be like 240. And so it depends on the stone. You know what I mean? So the bracelets are a lot of work. They're about 200, and my pendants, like for this one, would be like 144. So it depends. It depends on like the tiger's eye would be 111. So yeah, those are about my ranges of price.
Wow.
And how long does it take you guys to make one of these? One, like for each of you, how long time does it take to make a pendant?
A pendant?
Mhm.
Depends on my ADD brain.
Oh.
And lately, I've actually decided, because that is a question that comes up often for me. Like, well, how long does it take? It takes as long as it takes now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes I might walk away from it and be like, okay, I want to sit with this for a minute and let the branches go a certain way. When I felt like there was a time constraint on the creativity, the creativity actually blocked. So for me, if I can make 3 beautiful pieces in a day, I'm winning.
Wow.
That's
a lot. Wow.
And how about for you, Sarah? Like a pendant, how long does it take?
Again, it depends on the material. Something like a black agate.
No, that's
That's
very, very hard stone. It's going to take, hour and 45 minutes just to polish on the lapidary wheels. Soft stone like a Petoskey. I've got the polishing down to right at about an hour for the polishing. And then, of course, there's other steps, setting and doing that. And again, earrings take double the time, obviously. And the painting, that goes a little bit quicker, but
that's cool.
Yeah. And for example, because I just made my first pair of earrings, and I was like ready to go a little crazy because can you imagine? Wait. Can you imagine how long it's tiny?
Yeah.
And to wire. No, I portal all the back of mine. So mine are portals in the back.
Wow.
So if you notice, the back of my work is all threaded.
Oh, wow.
So I make, some of my very in tune girls say, I always find myself doing this when I'm wearing them and going around because it's a little portal.
Wow.
You guys, all of you have to realize that are watching that, since my hand injury, it's a labor of love. It's a labor of love. If you have, we can say ADHD, or if you have hand cramping, or if you have
fibromyalgia.
I didn't want to say anything.
Okay.
Sarah has fibromyalgia, and
carpal tunnel.
This is labor of love that's going into this stuff. So I want to get to some of these comments, and then I want to do something for all of us. Janelle says, thank you. I wouldn't want any of you to choose one anyway, but I must say frankincense is pretty awesome. Thank you. Amy says, wait till you see Rachel's work in person. It's worth every penny.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Thank you.
Sarah says, Sarah, how do you layer the paint before using the grinder to make your pieces? I watched on your Facebook page and couldn't work it out. I love color.
Well, that's a great question. So the paint that I get comes in large hunks like this. So this, for example, is Toledo Jeep Wrangler Fordite, what they call. So when they're spraying the Jeep Wranglers in the factory, this is all overspray, and it gets chipped off and sold in chunks. So I get the big chunks, cut it up, and then I have that big wheel that you've seen on my Facebook. I just get in there and polish, and no risk, no reward. And there's so many layers of colors all in there. And that's where my creativity really gets going. And I just kind of feel it out. And there's different techniques that you can do on the wheel to get different, for example, bullseyes or drag your colors. So this is how the paint starts. So I don't actually layer it. I get it. This is automotive Jeep Wrangler enameled paint. And
brilliant.
And I love that you said feel it out, because I'm going to ask you a question. Are you clairsentient?
Yeah.
Okay, so notice, guys, here's where the teaching piece comes in. Notice how she says she feels it out. She is not just feeling it out like, okay, I'm feeling it out because it's a job. She's feeling it out intuitively. These are intuitive pieces that are created, and because we had our class yesterday with Laura Wooster, that are co-created with spirit. That's what I love about both of your work. So what I want, so thank you for answering that question. What I want
a great question.
all of you, ladies, you included, what I want you all to do is pick a number, 1, 2, or 3, and this will be the answer that you need when it comes to intuitive creativity. Intuitive creativity. So, pardon me, here we go. Maybe what's blocking you, maybe what's next, maybe what's the journey, whatever that may be, we're going to just do that. Look at all of you with your there goes 1. There goes
Look at all the 2s. Wow.
Please hold, please hold. Okay, guess it didn't fall, it just flipped. Okay, so Janelle, you're on here and it didn't fall out, it just flipped.
Where's Janelle?
It tumbled for you. Oh, sorry, so bad. Okay,
I'll tumble for
you. There you go. There's that, and then we'll do one more. Dun, 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 dun. Let your fingers do the walking. Feels energy.
What deck are you using?
Yeah,
I'm using. I'll tell you in a second because I have to focus a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
Dun, 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 you're fine. There we go, and okay, creativity, and intuition. What do we got going on? We've got a lot going on, clearly, because it's not jumping out like they would. And there we go. Okay. Whoops. Okay. So interesting. We've got 1, 2, and 3. I am using, this is a new deck that I'm using. I was on Rachel's show live the other day, and I didn't use any cards. And I love doing that because it does push me as an intuitive. It does push me both psychically and the mind piece that's like, oh my God, what happens if you're wrong? And that's why it's like the first answer that I get, the first thought, the first vision, the first hearing, the first feeling that I get, it just comes out. It just comes out. Ellen Jane, how are you? My heart goes out to you, my friend, and just not going to say anything unless you don't want us to say anything, but prayers to you and your family. Janelle says, don't force me to sing to you. Okay, so I am using Denise Lynn's Sacred Destiny cards. Okay, so thank you, Ellen. Hello to you as well. So if you are number 1, if you chose number 1, here's where you need to connect with your creative, intuitive energy. Wait for it. It's love. It's finding and connecting to the love of creativity, trusting that the love is coming in when you are being creative. Trusting. And my friend from Norway is here. Hello, Janicki. So good to see you. Always good to see you, my friend. Now, if you pick number 2, ladies, if you pick number 2, because you both did, here it is. Security. So knowing that things are emotionally, financially, and mentally secure when you create from your passion. You are being intuitively directed to be secure on all levels. Trust that process. Trust it. Okay. And number 3, dun, 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 dun. Number 3. Miracles. Notice that when you connect, it is really, really important. And let me give that reading in a second. Hold on, because I want to acknowledge. You're welcome, Ellen. And please let me know if you want me to share, and I will share right here, right now, so we could all hold you up with prayers. Please let me know. Okay, so miracles. When you see the miracle of creation, the miracle, like, oh, I don't create, I'm not creative. Well, either you've created life, you've created a meal, you've created connections, you've created something that is a miracle. And each creation that God, universe, spirit gives you is a miracle. So please know that. So there you have it. If when any of you create an oracle deck based on your artisan work, what would be the first card and what would its message be? Look at you, Janelle.
With the deep question.
She's good.
I know.
She's good.
If we can take a moment to pray for Ellen and her family, and many of you know Lindsay on here, and pray for Lindsay. Ellen's daughter was in the hospital with COVID, and they took her off the vent yesterday, and she passed. So if we can say a prayer for her and her family, as you know, Ellen, Lindsay's mom, lost her husband this past year, and also lost her mother, so Lindsay's grandmother, all within this short time, and now Lindsay's sister and Ellen's daughter. So hearts and prayers, and just lifting you all up, and just our hearts go out to you. Our hearts go out to you. If everybody could take a nice breath in, and just think of Ellen, think of Lindsay and the family, and bring your palms up to your nose and your lips. Breathe in and then blow out, and send that to them and lift them up. It's important, guys, to, yes, do this work, but it's also important to acknowledge our hearts. And I think when any of us do this intuitive work, I have to tell you, it doesn't come from your brain. It comes from your heart and soul. And when you are connected to that heart piece, and you kick out the fear, and you kick out the doubt, and you kick out those things that hold you back or hold you down, you are not able to connect to that piece. And I know that that's why I do the classes that I do, the workshops that I do, the lives that I do. I know that that's why you guys create what you do. It is because there's heart and soul. That I remember, Rachel, when Emmy won that piece, it was just what she needed that exact day and that exact moment to help her move through what she was going through. Not that she needed to share that, but it was exactly what she needed. And that's what jewelry, artistry, it is a piece of work. Both of you ladies are super talented, and I want you to hear that. Both of you are super talented. I wouldn't have you on here if I didn't believe in you guys. And sales pitch or no sales pitch, it is still an art of work, beautiful art of work. And we put so much stuff into Valentine's Day and Christmas and birthdays, but when you're giving a piece of art, it is a piece of creation from that artisan. And that's what I want all of you, whether you watch this replay or not, all of you to know that that's the piece. And Ellen, you are getting prayers for everybody. Thank you, Emmy. Thank you. Okay. I just have to pull it back in for me, because you don't want me to lose it, because I've lost it on here before.
Janelle asked that about, our work compared to something that you can just buy, and you hit the nail on the head with that. And I think for a lot of us creatives, our pieces are one of a kind.
Yeah.
And I think that's really special. So sorry.
No,
It is.
it's true, because even though that these salts and sprays are, I make like the same 6 salts, but now they're also available for custom. And I make the same sprays, and there are also some that are custom. They're uniquely to me. You might find a dragon's blood, frankincense, and Palo Santo spray out there, a combination, but
not with your energy.
There's a certain amount of oil that I use per each, and each spray and salt, that drop of oil number combination was given to me intuitively. I didn't know how, like in New Moon, Moon has, I don't remember. New Moon.
You've got the spell written down, yeah?
It has frankincense, vetiver, and cinnamon. I didn't know how all those were going to smell. And I was like, oh, it does smell good, because if it didn't, I'm like, okay, we need something else. It smells really great. It really does. So going back to, and again, Ellen and Lindsay, our prayers are with you. Going back to Neil's, if you were to create an oracle deck based on your artisan work, what would be the first card, and what would its message be?
Well, so Janelle, I'm going to go back, and obviously mine would be a tree, and probably a mighty oak. That's the first thing that comes in. But I remember being on your Mystic show, and I was on the Phoenix Friday, and she asked me what advice I'd give. And I believe I said, be like a tree and just be. Trees just be. They're just still. They're just present. They're just grounded, and they are. That would be me.
Awesome.
I think rocks are like that too, like these Petoskey stones are millions of years old and have stood the test of time, and the waves crashed over and they didn't break, they just polished. Right. So I kind of, I love that message.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And I would say my first card would be, it would look pretty, guys, because some people's ears are not.
Yes.
But it would be two ears that come together and make a heart. And the message would be to listen to your heart.
I like that.
I like that.
So Crystal says, you've all inspired me artistically and spiritually tonight. Sarah says, absolutely 100%. You're all artisans. Thank you. This has been the hour, guys.
Wow.
Sure wow. Like 1, 2, 3. So ladies, if people want to purchase and get a hold of you for Valentine's Day, you have your stuff. I'm gonna open this up like this. You have your stuff. I mean, Sarah's got all her stuff behind her. Most of her stuff behind her.
My little office.
Your office, and it is really, really, really unique for both of you. So they can get a hold of you through your Facebook pages, correct?
Yes, absolutely. When you join my group, and that's mainly where I showcase all my stuff. I'm going to be having a Valentine's Day sale coming up Friday, live sale this Friday. Time to be determined. Still working out the kinks, but
okay.
Be this Friday.
And Sarah, any live shows happening for you?
I'm going to be working and posting lives to my Instagram and to my Facebook page. Again, I love sharing the little pieces on how it's made and stuff, and it's super fun. And I have a lot of listings on Etsy. You can find me there. And if you have any questions or custom orders or stones that you found yourself, my fellow Michiganders have some Petoskey's, you can send them to me, and I'd love to create something for you.
Thank you. And guys, Petoskey's really good on rye. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But you're not lying.
You and food, Elias.
My dad is always
Every time.
I'll have a Petoskey on rye. So that's like when people are like, oh yes, I just did yoga and I did a Vinasana. I'm like, does that come on rye? The Vinasana. And thank you. Here is Rachel's and then my link tree. And guys, those of you that follow me on Instagram, please go to eliaspatris.intuitive motivator. My Elias Patris Instagram is lost. I've lost all the followers. So
No.
they won't let me back in. They're like, we can't verify it to you. I'm like, seriously? Seriously.
Oh, wow.
So I've got to change that on my link tree. Actually, I'm going to do that as soon as I get off. Hi, Belinda. So good to see you. Damn, let's get on making that deck.
Yeah.
Neil said, love your decks. And when they're launched, hint, hint. Yes. And if you'd like to get up all the information, Janelle, about how to make the decks, please let me know, because sometimes, I was listening to Dougal Fraser and it can take a year.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how Colette, but Baron Reed does it, man.
Wow.
She does it either. Thank you so much. Ladies, you all are, let me get you.
Thanks.
All are a blessing. And you know that you both are welcome to come on.
Thank you so much for having us.
Of course. Remember, guys, starting in February, lives will be on Tuesdays and Saturdays. And then we will also be changing the guided meditation. I will be on guided meditation tomorrow and Sunday. And those of you that are part of the Inner Collective, please know that on Sunday we have two, not just one, two specials going on. We've got the guided meditation, 8:00 Pacific, 8:30. We have making a prayer bundle. How do you make a prayer bundle? And that is something really special. You put it outside. So there are little pieces of felt with tobacco inside. They're tied a special way and they're put on a string and you hang them by the tree. So the prayer bundles, the prayers go up to the universe. Come and watch that.
When is that?
Be part of that's at 8:30 Pacific in the Inner Collective. And then also messages from above right after that. So prayer bundle workshop, half an hour. Then right after, we're just going to go right into messages from above. And if you want to join the membership, it's $17 a month. There's all that. And there you have it. This was a great show. Thank you all. Thank you, Janelle. And guys, I'll keep you posted. We got some great stuff coming on in February. Remember, Liz Dawn is going to be on February 8th. I'm going to ask Sunny for March, but Liz Dawn will be on for February 8th. She is known as the fairy godmother of love. And we're going to talk about if you're single, how do you put a ring on it? So we're going to talk about that. And then thank you, Priscilla. And you're welcome, Sarah. And I am doing an intuitive mindset group. And this was a very great class, 12 weeks. Payment plans are available if you need. And this is about how do you connect to your intuition by connecting to how you talk, speak, how you talk, listen, feel about yourself changes your intuitive connections. And all the info is there. So anything you need, let me know. All right, guys. Thank you, guys. You hold the phone for a moment. We are here to connect. And when we connect, we educate one another. And when we educate one another, we grow. There is unity in community. From my heart to yours, have a beautiful night. Ladies, hold that thought. And thank you guys for being here. Thank you all for being here. Again, prayers for all those that are going through loss during this pandemic. And we hold you up and keep you in prayer. Take care, everyone.